Greetings, race fans. I'm Charlie Gearhart. Welcome back to the American Stock Car Championship, where we will run round number 13 and kick off the last leg of the regular season at the Kentucky Speedway. I'm Charlie Gearhart, as always, your neighborhood deity of motorsports. And I'm joined, as always, by the YouTube chat and by the EFR Discord off-color commentators. How are we doing today? Fantastic. So you can see we've changed up our layout a little bit, but we're gonna get going. First, let's take...
Hello. Sorry, hello. Also, by the way, I just realized I had my microphone closed.
Whoops.
But I wanted to say hello, and that I enjoy the new music immensely.
Thank you. Alright, we're going to take a quick look at the ASCC standings coming into today's race. So as we can see, Donnie King Jr. leads the SAR standings and the overall standings by 28 points over second overall, Jim Hayes, who leads his teammate Dan Richards in the Tonnerre standings. Hunter Blaze is the first of the Lycoyas. He locked his spot in the playoffs at the US 500 last weekend by dropping out of the race last out of his fellow playoff lot contenders. We have to go all the way down to 5th for the next SAR. That's Carl Hampton, Team SAR USA teammate to Donnie King Jr. Then we have Calvin Hobbs, 2nd in the Lycoya standings. Aaron Law, 3rd in the SAR standings. The very first Lennard is all the way down in 8th overall. Alex Carson leading his teammate Joshua Pacer. Then the next Lennard is... The next two Lennards are Stefan Wodarczyk and J.W. Cogburn. We are at Kentucky, as I mentioned at the top of the show. Hello, Greg. Welcome to the YouTube chat. Your cars have locked out the front row. Hunter Blaze takes a second pole of the year, followed by teammate Calvin Hobbs. Donnie King Jr. and Dan Richards make up row number 2. Jim Hayes and Carl Hampton in row 3. Kenny Myatt in the number 70 for Team Thunder is on the inside of Aaron Law in row 4, and then it's the Flair Motorsports Lennards of Joshua Pacer and Alex Carson in row number 5. We're going to run out happy hour, wait for anyone else who might like to join our stream here tonight, and get a look at the cars and stars that will be on track today. 36 of them will be lining up for the start. Roberto Crown Jr. and Bobby Dwyer start shotgun on the field. Both those drivers were at the Carl Superstore race in the Fark Low Dollar Series last weekend. Noah Dowlett's the first one onto the track. He is in the Zing Energy colors this week for the little guys. Jeff Little crew chiefing the 61 car after driving it last season, but he stepped out to make room for Noah Dowlett, who joins the team and ASCC as a rookie this year. There's Neil Miller in the bright pink number 90 car. Your pole sitter Hunter Blaze going by around the outside. I'd like to say the new music you heard at the top of the show. I heard that on some ARCA broadcasts from 2001. I loved it, wanted to know where it was hiding, and Jeff was so kind to track it down and link it to me. I am grateful.
Oh, very nice.
Didn't take long for your front row sitters to find their way to the top of the happy hour boards. They're going to be strong tonight, I bet. Patriot Racing teammates have locked themselves into the playoffs. Calvin Hobbs did it in the playoff lock race at the Charlotte Road Course, which was shortened by rain. And again, Hunter Blaze did it at the US 500 last week, also shortened by rain, and it looks like we've had an incident, maybe involving the 23 of Lance Thomas. No, it did not involve him. Brito Crown having some issues, it looks like. He just gets cleaned out by Daniel Voiles in the number 28 Ron Oil Lennard.
He decided to run over him.
Greg, you're coming in a bit loud and crackly.
Any better?
You're a little bit less distorted, but still kind of loud. There's Shepherd Black. Inverse colors on that 24 car for the night races. The good for Mutton Lennard out of the Cluck U Racing stable. His teammate J.W. Cogburn is right here in the Cluckin' Chicken number 16. Cogburn out of the Dixie Cup Late Model Tour has certainly made himself one to watch in his rookie season. He's a playoff contender for the Lennard division. But right now it's Kenny Myatt on top over his Team Thunder teammate Jim Hayes. Jim Hayes got Tonnerre's first win as an OEM in this series back at Talladega, and then his teammate, ASCC veteran Dan Richards in the number 7, got win number 2 at the Knoxville Raceway on the dirt. And here comes Stefan Wodarczyk in the Jack Daniels colors for the number 37 Ocean Motorsports Lennard. There's our US 500 winner, Rick Attwood in the 68. He did not have the most speed at Michigan, but he did have one of the fastest pit crews all day, and they kept getting him up front for the restarts. And then when the race was stopped due to rain, he was leading. So Rick Attwood, possibly on his way to a playoff run in the Lycoya division, even as an open entry. This team does not have a charter. They have to qualify their way in every week, well, at least at the races where enough cars show up to send people home. That 40 car is going through a lot of engines during this happy hour. It's a good thing practice isn't canon. Looks like we've had an incident going into turn 3. Oh. Something happened to Lance Thomas. Or not. Oh, this was actually after the incident with Roberto Crown. And we completely missed it. That's a wild ride for Dan Richards. Helped onto his roof by Ryan Long in the Waffle House car. Alright, happy hour is wrapping up. We're going to get the cars lined up on pit lane and ready to go.
Drivers, start your
The Grand Marshal for
engines!
today's race is about to give the command to get underway down at the head of the...
We're going to go 200 miles, 134 laps here at the Kentucky Speedway. The stages will end at laps 34, 67, 100, and 134. Alright, we're going to have to restart the timeline here. Sorry about that, folks. Yeah, Greg, sorry the voice chat isn't working out for you, but glad you're here anyway.
Drivers, start your
The Grand Marshal for
engines!
today's race is about to give the command to get underway. Down at the
Let's try this again. And there's your lineup again. Patriot Racing has locked out the front row. Donnie King Jr. and Dan Richards. Row 2. Row 3, Jim Hayes and Carl Hampton. Row 4, Kenny Myatt, making one of only a few starts in the ASCC this year, but he's been very fast in that. Team Thunder number 70. Aaron Law on his outside. He and Lance Stone are both from Kentucky. So hoping to impress in front of the home crowd today. Aaron Law especially. He's still looking for his first win of the season. The two-time defending Texas 500 winner is. Then row number 5 is Josh Pacer and Alex Carson, the Flair Motorsports teammates. Lance Thomas and Bobby Miller, the 3, make up row number 6. Row 7, Palmer Stiles and Stefan Wodarczyk. Row 8, Rick Attwood, the US 500 winner, and Colton Spencer on his outside. Row number 9, Graham McMillan. Good top half of the field start for the Deschutes Racing number 08, Aaron Singer on his outside, and Ryan Long and Peter Johnson make up row number 10 with Seth Anderson, defending ASCC champion, starting 21st. Now we've had problems with Neil Miller. We're going to have to re-rack him and do it again.
Start your
Got to get every car to cross the line at the start.
down at the head of the field, let's listen in.
By the way, Lance Stone, our other driver from Kentucky, will start all the way down in 33rd out of the 36 starters. Third time's a charm. Here's hoping. Pace cars off. Again, no mechanical problems coming to the start. Looks like we'll be good. And there's the green flag for Hunter Blaze. I see Graham McMillan going 3 wide in the middle of the pack with Attwood and Colton Spencer. Donnie King Jr. on the inside of the 20, coming into turn number 3. Oh, looks like they're going to go 4 wide as Calvin Hobbs. Oh, no!
Oh, big wreck. Oh, that's everybody.
That's pretty much the entire back half of the field, and Bobby Dwyer just absolutely murdered his mentor, Elmer Farley.
Oh, hey, I just joined in. It's 6 in my country right now.
Hello, one's up. Welcome to the stream. Let's do that again.
Yeah, let's pretend that never happened.
drivers.
The Grand Marshal for
Yeah,
today's
that
race
never happened
is
at
about
all.
to give the command to get underway. Down at the head of the field, let's listen in.
Murphy's Law Firm is, as Greg says, a sponsor of Patriot Racing. That was a hell of a sponsor activation on the first lap of that last go, but we'll try it again. Pace car's off. It looks like we had problems with Austin Reed coming to the green flag, and he takes Noah Dallitz into the wall. But all cars cross the line. We're going to keep it going.
Wow. What no Dallitz do to him? Probably played his music too loud.
Not the start of the race that Austin Reed was hoping for, but otherwise we are clean as we begin the second lap. Hunter Blaze leads. Jim Hayes trying to go for second on Blaze's teammate Calvin Hobbs. Josh Pacer making the move for fourth on Kenny Myatt. Three wide now for the fourth position. Dan Richards sticking his nose in there. His drivers scrambling for every position they can get while their tires are fresh. Here comes Donnie King into the top five, taking that, or nosing ahead of Kenny Myatt for that position. His teammate at Team Star USA, Carl Hampton, following him on the bottom, and then that's Aaron Law in the other SAR, hanging on to the top 10. Jim Hayes having to back out of it. He's going to lose a couple spots. Calvin Hobbs has taken over the lead. Going to see how he did it. Looks like he's going to get a run on Hunter Blaze out of turn 4. He sets that up going into 3. Both of these drivers are locked into the playoffs. Let's be honest, they could skip these races and take a nap all the way up until Texas World, but they're here, still battling hard up front. And now Hunter Blaze, going back to the live feed, has taken it back, now with pressure from Joshua Pacer. Here comes Kenny Myatt, and maybe Donnie King's going to look to make a move as well. Looks like Donnie King had a push, and he's got to back out of it. Battle for the lead is now between Pacer and Myatt. But Hobbs goes to the bottom now. That's Palmer Styles in the Mac tonight, number 21 Lennard. Hanging on back there in 11th. Pacer's blown up. Car number 9 goes up in smoke.
Goodbye.
Car number matching the number of car number matching the number of laps it ran.
Yes, indeed. That might be a caution as Joshua Pacer comes to a stop on the backstretch.
Look at that. They might get that car out of there.
The field comes around to put Bobby Dwyer a lap down, coming back to the caution. And there's Alex Carson with a big run for the lead. Leader at the caution will be Alex Carson, who's got to be nervous about his own equipment now. Lucky dog is Bobby Dwyer, who you just saw go a lap down coming to the caution. Austin Reed had a tire failure coming to the green flag. Had some contact with Noah Dalitz. Let's take a look at how that transpired. So he has the problem. I don't know what he was trying to do there. Maybe he was trying to force a wave off of the start. That didn't work out for him. He's got to limp all the way back around the track. And Reed is now 2 laps down. Pit stops are taking place right now. Gonna take the opportunity to wave the 72 car around as the pace car comes onto the backstretch. And Palmer Styles, it looks like he's gonna be the first one out. Two tire stop for much of the field, including your new leader, Palmer Styles. He's going to be followed by Stefan Wodarczyk, Carl Hampton, pole sitter Hunter Blaze, Calvin Hobbs, Donnie King Jr., J.W. Cogburn. Gains a ton of positions. So he was 19th at the caution, and he's going to be well inside the top 10 after this. Let's look at that stop for the 16. And that was a 4-tire change for the 16. Seth Anderson and Johnson Clapp, I also see taking 4 tires. But that was just a really fast stop for the Cluck and Chicken team. And he's going to get out just barely ahead of Jim Hayes. What just happened to Hayes? Oh no! Jim Hayes had a tire go down right after that pit stop. And I see Neil Miller has also had an engine failure. So 2 engine failures in the opening laps for the Leonard-Lycoya bunch. But Palmer Styles will lead Leonard's stablemate Stefan Wodarczyk on this restart. 2021 is a retirement tour for Palmer Styles after several years in the series. Came close to the championship last year as a driver, but he does have an owner's championship. And there are rumors that Styles may be interested in team ownership in the Farklow Dollar Series, so we'll see what becomes of that.
That's interesting. Like to see that come to fruition.
But for now, the pace car pulls off the track, and green flag will come back in the air for Palmer Styles, who gets a great jump over Stefan Wodarczyk. Looks like Austin Reed, the lapped car, is going to slot in between the 21 and the 37, as Carl Hampton in the 49 goes for second place. He might have a run on Palmer Styles down the back straightaway. But he can't get it to the bottom. Here come Hunter Blaze and Donnie King Jr. Blaze sandwiched between the two SARs, 3 wide for the lead. Ooh, a little bit of contact between Palmer Styles and Alex Carson out of 4. Carson just washes up a bit out of 4. No harm, no foul. I saw Bobby Dwyer back into the pits. So he immediately squandered that lucky dog and is back a lap down.
Skill issue.
But here comes Donnie King Jr. for the lead now. Ooh, Dan Richards running up on the 37. And unfortunately for Palmer Styles, he's going backwards right now. And so did the 16 of J.W. Cogburn. His crew can't be too happy with him giving up all that track position that they won him. Graham McMillan's having a good night so far. Scored in 16th that last time by. That's a position that the Deschutes car normally doesn't find itself in. Jim Hayes trying to make a march back towards the front. Back into the top 20 right now. Let's go on board the 77. Sergei Yakovsky and Graham McMillan right in front of him. He's going to make it 3 wide, diving it onto the apron. Engine problems reported on the number 0 of Elmer Farley. He's going to take that car into the pits, open up the hood. But it looks like he's still going to be in it. Trying to get that 0 car back out there as his teammate, Bobby Dwyer, goes another lap down. Calvin Hobbs and Donnie King Jr. dueling for the lead right now, but here comes Alex Carson in the 99. Let's watch this battle up front from the perspective of Stefan Włodarczyk, who, along with Kenny Myatt, are trying to hang on to that lead group. Ten laps to the end of the stage next time by. The top three stage finishers of each stage will get points. 10 to the winner, 5 points to second, and 1 point to third. And unfortunately, the Elmer Farley crew could not get that car back onto the track. The 1979 Texas 500 champion will go behind the wall. And now, problems for the 99. Both Flair Motorsports with devastating mechanical problems.
Car 99 sixth.
Looks like Alex Carson might come to a stop on track, and no, he gets back going again. We stay green, and he makes it into the pits.
Those Lacoya guys might want to worry a little bit. Those are the same engines. And we've already had two Lenards bite the dust.
Battle for the lead is now down to 4 cars. Donnie King Jr. nosing ahead of Calvin Hobbs. Hunter Blaze settling into the third spot. Dan Richards fourth. Here comes Hunter. FARC champion last year. Moved to ASCC as a rookie this season. Let's check back in on Jim Hayes. How's his progress? He just passed Bobby Miller the 3 for 10th place. Caution's back out. We got problems on the front stretch. Shepard Black slow getting back up to speed. Let's see what just happened.
Yeah, another Lenard with it. Oh, he had help.
Yeah, I can't blame that on Lenard. Ryan Long just cleaned him out of turn 4.
Sent him.
No one hit you. That's good.
Shepard Black just narrowly avoided going a lap down, stayed ahead of the leaders as he passed the start-finish line. There's Alex Carson back on the track as well. He is 2 laps down. And Bobby Dwyer will once again receive the lucky dog. But he will only be 1 lap down after the free pass. Hello, Nikki and Casey. Welcome to the stream.
Hello,
Casey driver.
Conti spotter.
Let's watch the battle on pit road. Palmer Styles, once again, with a very fast pit stop. He's going to come out first again. Carl Hampton's going to hold off Stefan Wlodarczyk for second place. Johnson Clapp, fast stop for the 69.
Say it with me. Nice.
Calvin Hobbs going to lose a few spots. Donnie King Jr. comes out next, followed by Ryan Long, who just caused the caution. And it looks like Bobby Dwyer now has mechanical problems. We're going to wave the 99 around. So it looks like we might get this restarted with only a couple laps left in the stage. Palmer Styles in position for the stage win thanks to his pit crew. But he dropped like a rock on that last restart. Let's see if he can hang on to it this time.
Yeah, I hope you can hang on to that.
Hello, Mel. Welcome to the stream.
Hello.
Running order right now is Palmer Styles leading. Great pit work by the 21 crew, got him up front. Carl Hampton in second, Stefan Wlodarczyk third, Johnson Clapp fourth. Fifth is Calvin Hobbs, Donnie King Jr. is sixth, Ryan Long, who, as I mentioned earlier, just caused the caution, up to seventh. Great pit work on the Stallman Racing team as well. Seth Anderson, defending ASCC champion, 8th. J.W. Cogburn up to 9th place. And Dan Richards rounds out the top 10. Graham McMillan continuing his march. He is up to 11th in what has started as a great night for the number 08 Deschutes Racing Lycoya. We will have 2 laps to go in stage 1. And more problems for the 72 of Bobby Dwyer. Loose wheel.
That's a lot of ups and downs for the Royal Blue 72.
Pace car's off. Green flag is out. 2 laps to go in stage 1. Hampton and Wlodarczyk diving to the outside. Austin Reed not making things easy for Styles. Here comes Johnson Clapp in the 69. But now Donnie King Jr. making it 4 wide for the lead. And problems. Big pile up out of turn 4. That's going to be caution number 3.
Oh.
Jim Hayes is involved. Graham McMillan after a great start to the night. Ryan Long is in it. Aaron Singer. Jim Hayes. Bobby Miller. Maybe Lev Azarov. And that will be the end of stage number 1. Palmer Styles picks up the stage win, followed by Carl Hampton and Donnie King Jr. Yep. That's what happens when you get a late stage restart.
That's 5 wide.
Yes, it is.
No wonder they wrecked.
It's really wide to have these many trucks.
I mean, yes, the track is wide enough to accommodate that, but at the same time, you shouldn't be doing that.
The track can accommodate it, but can the drivers? No, they can't. So you see Donnie King diving to the bottom. Stefan Wojciech sticking his nose between the 15 and the 69. Austin Reed moving up to make room. But there just isn't any. And Johnson Clapp did a great job to hang on to it. 40 was trying to turn him around. But then they all pile up from there. Dan Voiles gets into the side of the 82. That's how Jim Hayes and Aaron Singer get involved. The 44 of Peter Johnson is also involved.
And that's the end of these guys.
In real time. Alex Carson came flying through there, and I think he didn't make contact with anybody. On board with the 99. Almost got into the side of the 25. Greg Gray in the 78 also doing a good job to avoid that. Alex Carson and Greg Gray, of course, both from the FARC ranks. You get plenty of wreck avoidance opportunities in that series. Ryan Long's out of the race. Austin Reed is out as well. Because we're at the end of the stage, Alex Carson and Bobby Dwyer will get all of their laps back. During the stage breaks, all drivers up to 3 laps down will get back on the lead lap. And we're going to have a few takers on pit road. Kenny Myatt. And then I think the rest of those cars were involved in the wreck. Maybe Roberto Crown wasn't. Uh-oh. Oh! Alex Carson just blew up. And I accidentally waved the 7 around.
Just lap minus, I guess.
what spot was he in? 7th. But that's the end of the night for Flair Motorsports. Another engine failure will do Alex Carson in.
Where is Dan Richards going, and what are the officials doing?
They meant to say car 72 go around, but the radio call cut out before they could finish that sentence, and the 7 of Dan Richards thought it was for him.
Yeah, a typo like this can happen, and you make a really big mistake. But it's alright, I guess.
I think I'm just gonna lap minus the 7. Mike, if you're watching, I am sorry.
Yeah, we're sorry.
Going back to green this time. Oh, and, whoops, Bobby Dwyer is up second now. We'll have to take care of him, too. So Palmer Styles is supposed to be the leader. Carl Hampton in second. Donnie King Jr., that's how they finished stage number 1. Coming to the start of stage 2, which will end on lap 67. Looks like the number 18 of Delbert Haggins is reporting a vibration. Back to green. Palmer Styles trying to hold off the SARS. Carl Hampton trying to get around him on the outside. Donnie King Jr. to the lead. Styles is struggling to get up to speed. And now, everything is right with the scoreboard. Dan Richards trying to make up that, that penalty. That is my fault.
Sorry.
Yeah, of course you would say that. It's not your car. Palmer Styles back down to 5th, Stefan Wlodarczyk 6th, Rick Attwood up to 7th place. The US 500 winner from last week. JW Cogburn hanging on to 9th, Seth Anderson rounding out the top 10. Also from that wreck, Graham McMillan, Bobby Miller, and Aaron Singer have dropped out. 27 cars of the 36 starters are left in the race. But now here comes the 78 of Greg Gray out of the Ken Groves Racing stable, making the move for 10th. It was just recently announced that John Burr, longtime FARC underdog, will be joining Ken Groves Racing for the Texas 500, as we've got a wreck in Turn 1. Bobby Dwyer and Stefan Wlodarczyk with heavy damage. Dan Richards, Seth Anderson also involved. And Lance Thomas in the 23. How did this happen? Leaders are coming up to lap Bobby Dwyer. He drifts up into Hunter Blaze, puts him into the wall. Kenny Myatt and Colton Spencer with heavy damage as well. Ooh, Delbert Hagen's got a piece. What was Bobby Dwyer doing? I guess that's how misfortune is going to befall the Patriot Racing team tonight. Kenny Myatt's following his teammate Dan Richards. Once again, I'm going to have to apologize to Mike.
We still have Jim Hayes.
Yeah, I suppose we do. But he's got damage from that previous wreck. Was he actually involved in that one? No, doesn't look like it. Johnson Clapp looks like he got some damage too. into the back of Lance Thomas. '20 team hoping that they'll be able to get that car patched up and back onto the track and remain competitive. So is the 49 team. Kenny Myatt, Greg Gray, and Bobby Dwyer have dropped out so far. I expect Wodarczyk and Dan Richards to also go out. Calvin Hobbs currently leads, so at least one Patriot Racing car is still out there unharmed. Donnie King Jr. in second place, Palmer Stiles hanging on to third, Aaron Law up to fourth, Rick Attwood is fifth, J.W. Cogburn sixth, Jim Hayes has picked up some pieces and moved back up into seventh, Shepard Black is eighth, Peter Johnson for Expansion Motorsports runs ninth, and Lev Azarov rounds up the top 10. Noah Dalitz is 11th. Lance Stone is up to 12th. The other driver from Kentucky in tonight's field, he started all the way back in 33rd. Roberto Crown Jr. is 13th. Lance Thomas 14th. Daniel Voiles 15th. Johnson Clapp is back on the track and running in 16th. Delbert Hagen 17th. Carl Hampton has rejoined the track in 18th. Seth Anderson is 19th. And here comes Hunter Blaze back onto the speedway. So has Richie Pinto. He was also involved in that wreck. And there's Colton Spencer coming around in 22nd. At least scored 22nd last time at the line. 22 cars are left in the race. And we're not even at the end of Stage 2 yet. Not even halfway through Stage 2. We had a similar problem at the US 500, where the first half of the race eliminated much of the 44-car starting field. But we're going to go back to green this time. Pace car's off. Green flag is back in the air. Donnie King Jr. swinging it to the outside. Crosses back to the inside and gets a run on the 40. Strong start for the 68 of Rick Attwood. He's going to take over the 4th spot from Palmer Styles. Aaron Law looking to join his teammate at the front of the field. Team SAR USA 1-2 right now. Donnie King Jr. from Georgia leading his teammate from Kentucky, Aaron Law. Calvin Hobbs wants second back. Jim Hayes doing a good job hanging on to the lead group with that wounded car. Carl Hampton back up into the top 10 already after restarting at the back of the field. Looking out the back of the Carl Superstores SAR. Carl Hampton up to 8th place. That's Peter Johnson in 9th place behind him. Hunter Blaze also making up ground. He's going to challenge for a spot in the top 10 shortly. Shepard Black hanging on to 10th place right now. But Hunter Blaze is going to get it. Ooh, into the back of the 44. Hunter Blaze came up on him way too hot. Oh, trouble for Colton Spencer, and maybe the 68 as well. Heavy damage to the 13. But the green flag is still out. Oh, Fields putting him a lap down. Rick Attwood isn't sure where to go. That was a top 5 run that Rick Attwood had going. Trying so hard to follow up on that US 500 victory, and now the caution is out. More problems, it looks like, for the 13. He may have caught the 69 as well. Yep, that's exactly what he did. Colton Spencer trying to limp back around the track, and the 69 just runs up on him. Nobody else involved, though. Colton Spencer's the first car and only car a lap down, but because he caused the caution, and I don't think that car is going to be getting back onto the track, he does not get the lucky dog. Instead, he gets the bad dog award. Aaron Law leading a couple cars down pit lane. Palmer Styles and Rick Attwood are in. Attwood in for pretty obvious reasons. We'll see if he can get that car up to speed again. And Colton Spencer has dropped out of the race, leaving us with only 21 cars. Best drivers in America, everybody. think I'm gonna start accelerating through these yellows. There we go, 1 lap to green. Calvin Hobbs will have Donnie King Jr. and J.W. Cogburn behind him on this restart. Jim Hayes is up to 4th in that wounded 77. And we will have 9 laps to the end of Stage 2. Donnie King Jr. on the charge. That's a good camera angle. Carl Hampton looking at making it 3 wide. He's not going with his teammate. He wants this stage win. I just saw Aaron Law getting a little bit too personal with Palmer Styles back there, but we stay clean. But now, Calvin Hobbs pulls away once again. Caution's out. Daniel Voiles. Ooh, engine failure for the 28. Maybe he came to a stop on track. Yes, he did. Kaboom. Word from the tower is this will be the end of stage number 2. Calvin Hobbs takes home those 10 bonus points, followed by Donnie King Jr. and Carl Hampton. Was that the stage 1 result as well? Let's see. No. I'm sorry, that was Palmer Styles who won stage 1. And we will save the replay as well. These will be our provisional results. Calvin Hobbs and Donnie King Jr. coming into the pits, as well as J.W. Cogburn, Jim Hayes, and Palmer Styles. Carl Hampton will stay out to take the lead. Hunter Blaze back up into second place. Aaron Law up to third. Let's watch this pit road battle. It's going to be 2 tires for Styles, Hayes, and Donnie King. Or no, sorry, I was reading that wrong. 4 tire changes for those guys, and left sides for the 30. But it's going to be J.W. Cogburn, despite a full 4 tire change, coming out of the pits in first. Well, not first on the racetrack, first one out of the pits. Very fast pit crew for the number 16 tonight. All right, we're going to start stage number 3 on this restart. Oh, Rick Attwood's dropped out of the race with a suspension failure. Tough break for the US 500 winner, and Palmer Styles fell a lap down under that caution. Since it's the stage break, should we wave him around?
Yeah.
All right. All right, go get your lap back, Palmer.
Okay, go lap back.
You're gonna be at max speed when the green flag drops. Palmer Styles is the last of 19 cars still in the race. Green flag back out for Carl Hampton, who is still looking for his first ASCC victory. And he gets a very good start over Aaron Law and Hunter Blaze. Here comes Lev Azarov for third. Aaron Law with a run on his teammate. Law is still looking for his first win of the season. Hunter Blaze protects third. Lev Azarov has to back out. Three wide as Calvin Hobbs tries to make up ground. Won the second stage, came in for tires. And he's making use of them. Blowing by these guys. Like he and Donnie King were the stars of a bad racing movie. One, two, three for Team Star USA right now as King moves into the third position. Calvin Hobbs trying to get around his teammate. Some battle scars on that 20, maybe slowing down your pulse hitter. go on board with some of these guys for a while. Here's Roberto Crown Jr. running up inside the top 15. Ooh, getting a little bit personal with the Cluck and Chicken car. At this point, if you're still on the track, you're in contention for a top 15. Delbert Haggins and Peter Johnson hanging on to spots in the top 10. Great runs for these organizations. Delbert Haggins is splitting his time in the number 18 car with Buck Scroggins. They co-own this team. Haggins running on the speedways. Buck Scroggins running most of the short tracks, but they've also had a few other guests in that 18 car this season. Leaders are in no, they're not in lap traffic. Top 4 have grouped together. Aaron Law hanging onto the lead, but Donnie King Jr. has taken over the second spot. Calvin Hobbs breaking up the Team Star USA party, up to third. Here comes Richie Pinto. Lapped cars have caused trouble before. What does Pinto do? He holds up the 25 and the 49. Donnie King Jr. clears to take the lead. But at least he didn't cause any accidents. But it's Donnie King Jr. and Calvin Hobbs, the two cars with fresh tires up front now. Donnie King Jr. won the first 2 races in a row. Hasn't been back to victory lane since then. But now Calvin Hobbs giving him a run for the lead. One Lycoya versus the 3 SARS. Looking out the back of the 40 car. Battle for second. Aaron Law trying to come back, but can't get by the 36 right now. 8 seconds back to 5th place, Jim Hayes and Hunter Blaze. Lapped car, Lance Stone. He's going to interrupt that lead battle. Battle for 5th. Another 4-car group here. I see Noah Dalitz has broken into the top 10. Let's go on board with the 61. Zing Energy will be changing up their branding very soon. We've already seen what their fart car, driven by Sean Boyd and M&J Racing, is going to look like. Oh, looks like the 82 has had a problem. Lev Azarov for Red, White, Blue Autosport. He's slowing down pretty rapidly on the backstretch. He might come to a stop and bring out the caution. Yep, that's what's going to happen. Caution is out once again. That was a pretty good run we had. But the battle for the lead is on, coming to the line between Calvin Hobbs and Donnie King Jr. They've reeled him back in. King noses him at the line. And our lucky dog, I think, is going to be Palmer Styles, who we waved around maybe a little bit too late at the start of Stage 3. Yeah, but I expected the whole field to come into the pits this time. Delbert Haggins may have also had some issues. I see him in the pits prematurely. Brake problems for the 18. He's gonna coast into the pits. Ooh, he's going to be there a while. He overshot his pit stall. Let's see if J.W. Cogburn and his crew can work some magic once again. Driving by Aaron Law, Jim Hayes. Ooh, is he going to beat Hobbs out? Yes, he will. But he does not beat Carl Hampton. Hampton will take the lead. Lapped cars will come in this time. And then after that, I'm going to wave the 21 around. How is everybody enjoying this race so far?
It's been pretty good.
Yeah, I think so too, especially after we weeded out about half the field. Good, long, clean battle between Calvin Hobbs and the Team Star USA cars during that last run. Alright, Palmer Styles, go get your lap back. And I will step out for a moment. Yes, hello, I'm back. We are restarting. Carl Hampton in the lead, J.W. Cogburn in second, but he's going to get quickly swallowed up by the 40 and the 36. 12 laps to go to the end of stage number 3. And that's going to be 3 wide for the lead. These drivers on fresh tires, trying to get all they can for this last run to the stage end. Donnie King Jr. to the inside. He does not want to finish second again to Calvin Hobbs. '20 of Hunter Blaze hanging on to 4th right now. They've done a good job to get recover as much speed out of that car as they can. Donnie King to the lead. Carl Hampton trying to grab second. What happened to Aaron Law? He's sitting back there in 11th. Not seeing any mechanical issues out of the 25. Oh, Carl Hampton up in smoke. That's the end of the night. Win number 1 in the series is gonna have to come later. For the driver, second place in the SAR standings. Looks like he's gonna get off the track and keep it green. And Donnie King has lost his backup. Side by side with Calvin Hobbs for this stage win. 5 to go at the line. Just as we were wondering what happened to Aaron Law, he's made it back up to 5th. Palmer Styles up to 6th after losing a lap before that caution. So with Carl Hampton dropping out of the race, that'll leave us with 17 cars left. And officially, more than half the field has dropped out. Neither of these drivers are giving it up. 3 to go. Jim Hayes and Hunter Blaze are now battling for that last stage point. But they could bring Aaron Law up into this fight as well. Here comes Law. He's got a clean car compared to these two, so I'm not terribly surprised that he was able to get by them so easy. But Donnie King Jr. back into second. He's got a lap and a half to grab that stage win from the 40. Lapped traffic on the way. White flag on stage number 3. And here comes King, almost into the side of the 30 of Richie Pinto. He takes the lead. Caution is out. Don King Jr. plays the traffic game perfectly and will pick up the Stage 3 win. Calvin Hobbs second, and Aaron Law takes the last stage point. Lance Stone, Richie Pinto, and Delbert Haggins will get back on the lead lap during this stage break. I think we can start waving cars around now. I don't see anybody coming into the pits. All right, number 30, go get your lap back. Thank you. Engine failure for the 51 of Seth Anderson. Your defending champion out of the race, coming to the start of the last stage.
And yet another Lennard motor bites the dust.
Yep. Calvin Hobbs has got to be saying, please, let's just get through this last run as quickly as possible. I don't want to be next. Palmer Styles making a run at 4th place. Aaron Law just ran his fastest lap. Good time to do it, too. Fastest lap overall belongs to Dan Richards, Carl Hampton. Well, top 4 fastest laps are all out of the race. Dan Richards, Carl Hampton, Alex Carson, and Kenny Myatt. Fastest lap among the drivers still running is 5th place, Calvin Hobbs. "25 laps to go" from Kentucky. Aaron Law, sitting back there in 3rd, has made his way back up into the lead battle and wants to win in front of his home crowd. And these two running side by side in front of him is helping him. On board with Peter Johnson, first car outside of the top 10 right now. And he wants it back from Noah Dalitz. Noah Dallett's back to 11th. He is the second highest running Tonnerre right now. Jim Hayes is the first Tonnerre in 6th place, trying to get by Hunter Blaze. Lapped traffic. Richie Pinto getting in the way once again. Aaron Law loses a lot of ground, and Donnie King has lost a lot of ground to your leader, Calvin Hobbs. 20 laps to go. Mechanical woes have been the story of the night for the Lennard and Lycoya divisions. Calvin Hobbs still running strong up in front, hoping that he is not next. But he's got another problem. Donnie King and Aaron Law reeling him back in. Calvin Hobbs trying to hold back the Hungry Tigers behind him. That outside lane is very strong once we get a run going and these tires start to wear out. Lance Stone helping out his fellow driver from Kentucky. Aaron Law takes the second spot back. Delbert Haggins now going a lap down. No more stage breaks to save these guys. Cleared track in front of Calvin Hobbs right now. And teammates battling side by side behind him. No immediate threat to the lead. "15 laps to go now. Donnie King having another look. But he gets aero tight and can't make the move. Let's check back in on our battle for 4th. Palmer Styles still hanging on to it over Hunter Blaze and Jim Hayes. And that's what Styles wants to see behind him. The Palmer Styles crew was one of the fastest of the night. They've gotten him towards the front on several occasions, helped him pick up the Stage 1 win. but he's had a lot of trouble on restarts. He's salvaged a little bit more speed and is up to 4th. That's the best place he's consistently run in all night. But it looks like his car's not much better than that, as the lead group gets away now by almost 7 seconds over Styles. Donnie King Jr. has taken the lead while we were away. He's going to get to the inside of Hobbs, coming to 11 to go, and just asserts himself with that move into 1. Aaron Law, now up to 2nd place. Did the 30 of Richie Pinto have anything to do with that? Yes, it might have. Yes, Hobbs hesitates, coming down the back straightaway, and Aaron Law takes the spot. Donnie King Jr. trying to grab his 3rd win of the season. Aaron Law trying to go for number 1. Calvin Hobbs going for his 2nd. And those two have reeled the 36 back in. Two more lapped cars ahead. That's Lance Stone once again and Roberto Crown Jr. Ooh, Donnie King getting very close to the 31, scrubs off a little bit of momentum. Here comes the 40. It'll be 5 laps to go for Donnie King Jr. next time we get to the line. And mercifully, we're going to get this race in under 2 hours. After some of the events we've had this year, that is quite a quick pace. Hobbs might be just a bit faster than 36. He's been looking, but can't get his nose in there. Delbert Haggins coming up. These recent lapped cars are doing a good job staying out of the way, but we got a big pack ahead. That's going to be 7th through 12th they're coming up on. And there goes Calvin Hobbs to the inside. 3 laps to go. Leaders are side by side. Aaron Law might have a run here. 3 wide for the lead coming into turn 1. Aaron Law has to back out of it. Donnie King Jr. scrubs off some speed as he chases it up the track. And Calvin Hobbs clears him to take the lead back. 2 laps to go. But now, Donnie King Jr. coming back on the inside. White flag. this time by. Will those lapped cars be a factor?
This could be a really good finish if the lap cars don't muck it up.
Clean racing between the two rivals. But that's going to get Calvin Hobbs ahead. Ooh, here comes King with one last run into turn 3. But Hobbs has the momentum out of 4. Calvin Hobbs takes win number 2 of the year at Kentucky. Donnie King Jr. second. Aaron Law, the hometown hero, is going to have to settle for third. Great run to the finish there, with Calvin Hobbs in the Lycoya holding off the Team SAR USA Goliath. Don't go away, folks. Room of Doom will be coming up soon. I thought that was a pretty good race. Mercifully short compared to some of the other shows that the best drivers in America have put on this year. And we did not have to intervene with nature this time. I'm happy for that. Gonna get the results sorted out in RPM before we do Room of Doom. This includes the stage points. Looks like Donnie King Jr. was the only driver to score points in all 3 stages. So he might come out of this with more points than Calvin Hobbs. Alright, folks. I've got RPM up and running. It is now time for Room of Doom. And we have a little tweak to Room of Doom. Second and first will now roll a D8.
Dun, dun, dun.
JW Cogburn, our 10th place finisher, is first in the tech line. Cogburn rolls a 9. He is safe. Johnson Clapp in the number 69 McDermott Motorsports Lycoya salvages a 9th place finish. What is his fate in the tech line? It is a 6. Johnson Clapp is safe. Peter Johnson, our 8th place finisher, is up next. Great result for Expansion Motorsports, and it is legit. Peter Johnson is safe with a 7. Lance Thomas for Camelot Racing came across the line in 7th. Let's see what Room of Doom has to say. It is a 13. Lance Thomas is safe. Jim Hayes soldiered on to a 6th place finish. What does Room of Doom have to say? It's a 12. Jim Hayes is safe. And now we move on to our D10. Hunter Blaze finished in 5th after winning the pole, but unfortunately getting squeezed into the wall by the lapped car of Bobby Dwyer, which hurt him for the rest of the race. And it's a 9 on the die. Hunter Blaze is safe. Palmer Styles worked his way up to 4th place. Let's see if it's clean. And it's a 6 for Palmer Styles. He is safe.
Ew.
Aaron Law finishes 3rd in front of the hometown crowd. Ooh, it is a 1 for Aaron Law. Team Star USA went a little bit outside the box to try to get him that good hometown result. Let's see what the D6 penalty roll has to say.
Peter Keys cannot be happy right now.
It is a 6. Aaron Law, devastating penalty of all race points. Lost.
Wow, it seems Star USA messes up. They mess up. I guess Aaron fought the law, but the law won.
Yes, he did. And it seems that the culprit was tires soaked in E. Cola for those watching on the Discord screen share.
Oof.
Deliciously infectious.
Yeah, might be deliciously infectious, but not good for your race finish.
Donnie King Jr., our second place finisher, just saw what happened to his teammate. Wonder what he's thinking right now as we break out for the first time the D8. It is a 5. Donnie King Jr. is safe. And now, your winner, Calvin Hobbs, will roll the die. It is another 5. Calvin Hobbs walks away with max points. And with that, we will show you the standings leaving the Kentucky Speedway. So, Donnie King Jr. still holds the overall lead and the SAR division lead. It is a tie for second overall between the Tonnerre of Jim Hayes and the Lycoya of Calvin Hobbs, who takes over the Lycoya division lead from Hunter Blaze. Then it's Dan Richards, second in the Tonnerre division. Carl Hampton, second in the SARS. Sixth place overall. Aaron Law, third in the SAR division, so still very safely in third place. Then Alex Carson and Joshua Pacer. Not much has changed in the Lennar division. J.W. Cogburn and Stefan Wodarczyk are your current Lenard playoff contenders. Palmer Styles is out of the Lenard playoffs by 14 points. Sorry, that's 16 points. Back to Stefan Wodarczyk for Palmer Styles. Seth Anderson, I believe he's third in the Lycoya standings. Calvin Hobbs, Hunter Blaze, any other Lycoyas between them and Anderson? No, doesn't look like it. Rick Attwood hanging on to the last Lycoya spot in the playoffs. And then Lance Thomas is the last SAR in the playoffs. Who do we have in the Tonnerre battle? Let's see, we got Jim Hayes, Dan Richards, 1-2. Then we got to go all the way down to 18th for Aaron Singer. And then it's 9 points separating Aaron Singer and Noah Dalitz. Noah Dalitz, the last fourth place in the Tonnerre standings, and the last one in the playoffs, just 7 points ahead of Richie Pinto for Expansion Motorsports. And Bob Steffens, just barely outside the top 20 in the ASCC standings, despite not running all of the races. He is currently focused on the FARC Championship, a patchwork championship run for him in that series. Let's see who's... I think we went over the Lycoyas. Yeah, that should do it for the playoff battles here in the ASCC. Hello, Woody. Thank you for joining us. We are unfortunately about to wrap up, but the VOD will be available. It was a good, clean race once we eliminated half the field. But until next time, I'm Charlie Gearhart, and I will ASCC you all around. Thank you all for joining.